Sometimes I wonder how the Hollywood executives of the time allowed a film such as Billy Wilder's Sunset Boulevard to get made. After all, it reflects the self-delusion and decadence of the system. Gloria Swanson as Norma Desmond is beyond great acting. Her fascination and obsession with her craft and the idea that she's still a star is something that's really stood the test of time. This masterpiece really stands on its own and doesn't have much in the way of competition. Oh, there are films about Hollywood and movie making, but this is the best one, and I would argue remains the gold standard for dramatic movies which tackle that wormy underbelly that Hollywood doesn't often let us see. And then there's William Holden, a revelation in the lead role, and how he falls under the spell of this once famous Hollywood silent star. Erich von Stroheim equally is brilliant as the butler slash, well, I won't reveal a key plot twist there. Everything about Sunset Boulevard echoes the highest craftsmanship and artistic integrity. This is a great film, folks, and I am proud to add it to my collection of favourite films. Go after John Wick and pay the price. This hitman can disarm a plethora of bodyguards, get shot, fall down 3 flights of stairs and still gain the upper hand. Undeniably, Keanu Reeves has become an action star par excellence. His face allied to the camera allows the spectacle some notion of grace. Specifically, editor Evan Schiff puts forth each detail minus the long journeys in between. More importantly, he links each point with the ease of putting on a suit. I'd call John Wick Chapter 2 riveting, yet that sounds faint and imprecise. Efficient? More like mad as a Texas standoff. Some memorable foundations encompass brutal hand-to-hand confrontations, as well as some evil business involving a pencil. The best advice I can give? Watch the film immediately. Don't wait, because sometimes the best kept secrets are those we discover by ourselves. Christopher Nolan's Memento is the thinking man's revenge thriller. A radical departure from the straightforward storytelling methods known to most film fans. The picture is riveting, frustrating, and at times wonderfully unpredictable, especially on repeat viewings. Former insurance investigator Leonard Shelby, Guy Pearce, is on the hunt for his wife's killer. More psychologically tantalising than the jumbled structure of Pulp Fiction, Memento will not be to everyone's taste. This is a brooding study of how the human mind works when the normally reliable short-term memory ends up taken away. In Nolan's startling and unsettling cinematic vision, we become the editor, assembling the pieces like a detective, trying to make sense of the world. With graceful cutting by Dodie Dawn, the film makes good on its promises. Rather than making chop suey of the footage, Dawn has preserved the hidden meaning of each shot. The impact that her work leaves with you can be best described as a kind of intellectual glow. The editing galvanizes your emotions to the extent that you become more engaged in the story, and less concerned with the number of cuts it took to make you feel that way. Meanwhile, David Julian's haunting acoustic sense proves highly noteworthy. In an age when synthesizers are inappropriately used, Julian borrows a technique used by master composer Vangelis on Blade Runner. By following the emotional core of Leonard's character closely without Mickey Mousing the scenes, Julian produces a classical piece of minimalist scoring. Patrick Stewart, George C. Scott and Michael Caine, fine actors all, yet they lack what gave Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol its original moral compass. For that, Alastair Sim remains my favourite Ebenezer Scrooge. The word humbug seems to come more naturally for him, as though he were channeling the spirit of Dickens' prose through his performance. Matter of fact, Scrooge moves at an excellent pace while acknowledging key incidents from the book. It's a classic film made greater by Sim's extraordinary grasp on character and comedy. So if things are blue, or you need cheering up, I highly recommend giving this Scrooge a spin. A sublime sense of storytelling pervades every moment of Frank Lloyd's Mutiny on the Bounty. As Captain Bligh, Charles Laughton is splendid. The emotional investment that Laughton has put into his work felt beyond compare. Similarly, Clark Gable makes an engaging Fletcher Christian. Like a great silent movie star, he can do a lot without words. The other star of the film is Franchot Tone, who has an excellent courtroom scene right at the end. Overall, Lloyd's direction has a clarity of purpose, some marvellous lensing from cinematographer Arthur Edison and prudent editing by Margaret Booth give the film a sense of polish.